The majority of investors in crypto are probably going to lose it all. It's a sad reality of these markets. Most investors will make truckloads of gains, paper gains, give it all back to the market and actually end up realizing horrific losses, or run around jumping from coin to coin and then realize horrific losses. Buy high, sell low, realize horrific losses. It's a tough game. But here's the thing, that doesn't need to be you. You don't have to be another statistic that got smashed by the cryptocurrency markets. There are some simple things you need to realize if you want to win at this game. So in today's video, I want to talk with you about those things. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you'd like to learn some more about, maybe to stay up to date with, then you should definitely subscribe to the Lark Davis channel. Also, if you can take a quick second to tap on that thumbs up button just for the YouTube algorithm, that would be awesome. And of course, if you'd like to receive notification when I put out a new video, click on the notification bell. By the way, every single week my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report designed to help keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving market. Every single issue, you're going to get a step-by-step decentralized finance tutorial, top-tier technical analysis, a deep dive altcoin report, portfolio updates, tips, tricks, NFTs, airdrops, token sales, and much, much more. And all of that for less than $10 a week for premium members. Or if you want to sign up for free, you can get our free version of the newsletter, $0, free, absolutely free. Click down below. You can learn more about becoming a member today. Now let's go ahead and get into this topic. So first, I would like to talk with you briefly about psychology, because psychology is one of those big things that really screws up most investors, most traders. They get destroyed by themselves. You're your own freaking worst enemy. It's true. It's true. So many people in the market fall into the trap of buying high, selling low, buying in the greed, selling in the fear. This is where the whales make their opportunity. The whales are selling into greed, buying into fear, selling high, buying low. That's how winning is done. But your brain has a great way of screwing it all up for you. Markets are pumping. I'm a genius. I'm going to put all my money in at the top because it's going to keep going up. Things go down. I'm an idiot. I need to sell now, get my money out before it goes down even farther. You just sold the bottom. Markets bounce back up. Now you really feel like an idiot. So you chase again. You buy the tops again. You sell the bottom again. Before you know it, you're totally frickin' broke. All your money's gone. That, unfortunately, is what a lot of people do in the market, and it's a losing strategy. If you want to win, you have to think the opposite to the herd. And here for some perspective for you, look at this. January 9th, last year, Bitcoin, approximately the same price that it is today. Everybody's screaming new paradigm of money. It's only ever going to go up. $1 billion Bitcoin soon, etc., etc. You guys were here for that, or if you weren't, that's what happened. Today, Bitcoin, the sentiment's a bit different. The price is down 35% from the all-time highs. Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's a big scam. Sell now, rebuy at $10,000 in a month's time or whatever. This is the sentiment now. Price is almost exactly the same. The only thing that's changed is people's perception of the asset. Me, I still think Bitcoin's going to $1 million. I'm a long-term investor, so I'm buying Bitcoin now because, hey, why not? Buying Bitcoin under 50K long-term, if it's going to $1 million, which I believe that it is, sweet. Down markets are opportunity times if you can program your mind to think like that. The fact that most people do the opposite is why most people will lose in the market. Now, let's talk about the big picture. The big picture, and I think really just thinking long term. Because most investors, and I'll tell you this right now, if you can be patient, if you can think long term, it's basically a superpower in this market, straight up. Because most investors, they want to get rich quick overnight. If it takes more than a couple of days to see million% gains, they panic sell, run away. That was a big scam. I lost 20% of my money. And that's it. But you have to understand long-term thinking. This is where most investors have made most of their money in crypto, is by long-term thinking, by looking at the big picture of what's going on and planning long-term, investing into long-term assets. And look, not every coin you get in has to be a long-term hold. Believe me, not every coin I get in is a long-term hold either. But there are definitely long-term holds in my portfolio, and my portfolio is heavily weighted towards long-term hold coins. Now, here's some perspective for you. Raoul Pal, he was quoted the other day, and we've mentioned his prediction before, but he was quoted the other day as saying that the cryptocurrency market will hit $250 trillion by 2030. Well, if that is true, then we are all going to become richer than is sensible, because right now, the entire cryptocurrency market cap's less than $2.5 trillion. So that means the entire cryptocurrency market is going to 100x by 2030. Think about that. And look, even if he's half right, we only get to $125 trillion market cap. 50x on the entire crypto market, life-changing gains beyond belief. What if he's only a quarter right? 25x on the entire cryptocurrency market, life-changing gains beyond belief. By the way, if he's only a quarter correct, that gets us to $1 million plus Bitcoin. Food for thought, right? Very interesting. If you can have that long-term vision of your cryptocurrency investments and stop jumping from coin to coin and buying tops, selling lows, panicking every time the market goes down a few percent, you're probably going to do really, really well. And anybody who has thought long-term, anybody who bought Bitcoin or any crypto, well, not any crypto, Bitcoin 5 years ago, Ethereum 5 years ago, top cryptos like Chainlink a few years ago, those people have done so well. You got to look for the strong coins and hold on to them for the long term. Now, also, Raoul Pal did comment on my post over here on Twitter. He said, 2 trillion to 250 trillion is only an average of 70% increase in market cap per year, which is something like 60% per year less than the last 10 years in crypto. So if we underperform percentage-wise the last 10 years, then we're still going to get to that insanely high number. So he's talking about exponential mathematics here. It's absolutely some crazy stuff. Like I said, even if he's half or a quarter right, this is the best chance in your lifetime for financial freedom. Don't mess it up by panicking all the time. That's what will screw you up big time. Also, another great chart here from Raoul Pal. This is probably the most important chart in crypto. Look at this. This is crypto technology adoption curve. The white line is the internet. The orange line is crypto. Basically, we have another 3.4 billion users coming into crypto by the end of the decade. Massive, massive, massive. That's based on current trajectories. And again, let's say that this is only half right. It is still life-changing beyond belief. Are you telling me you can't wait 8 years in order to completely change your financial destiny and become probably wealthy beyond your wildest dreams and secure your financial freedom? What else you doing? What else you doing? Think long term. That is how winning is done in this market. And if we take a step back as well, and I'm just going to share a few stories from the last week. We're not going to go into depth on these stories, just the headlines, just to let you know the big picture of what is forming up here for the cryptocurrency market. So much adoption is happening. We are at the point now where we're about to go from here in terms of adoption up to here in terms of adoption. That's what the next 8 years is going to be. That is the moving 3.4 billion more people in. It's going to be everywhere and everything. Samsung has just announced they're entering the metaverse, opening up a store in Decentraland. We also had Samsung this week saying that they are going to enable NFT buying, selling, and holding on the new versions of their TVs coming out in 2022. Absolutely massive, massive news, of course. We have Square Enix, one of the world's big game developers, saying that they're going to focus on blockchain games. Play to contribute to trend is here, and it's going to be something they want to take part of because, of course, crypto gaming is going to be massive. We also have Cardano, massive amount of development happening, which means developers are committing big time to the cryptocurrency space. So Cardano was the most developed cryptocurrency project on GitHub in 2021. We also had Polygon saying that they had 7,200 new developers coming in the month of December to develop stuff on their chain. Massive amounts of developers are flocking into the cryptocurrency market because they see where the trend is moving. They understand what is going to happen and how big the potential is for this technology. CSI and the New York Digital Investment Group want to bring Bitcoin to community banks. So the New York Digital Investment Group has nailed out a lot of partnerships like this. to allow for basically every community bank, credit union, regional bank, every financial institution almost at this point in the United States to be able to start offering Bitcoin. Now, have they all done that yet? No, but they will. And the New York Digital Investment Group, they have built the rails for this to happen. They've built the partnerships to make this happen. We have seen a few take them up on the offer so far, but it always starts like this. It starts as a trickle. These guys come in, they build the rails and say, hey, we've got this beautiful railroad. Would anybody like to drive their train on it? And one guy says, well, I guess I'll drive my train on that railroad, and goes down and it's okay. And somebody else sitting there watching like, yeah, maybe I'll go too. And before you know it, everybody wants to put their trains on the tracks. That's exactly what is going to happen. So we've seen our first few banks take part in these relationships. We will see more banks come on. We also had this week, not related to this, but a bank in Italy come out and say that they're going to start offering Bitcoin to their clients. It's a bank with 300,000 customers, 87 trillion in assets. So it's kind of a private investment bank versus a big commercial bank. But still, they're saying to their customers, if you want to buy Bitcoin, you can buy it with us. If you want to hold your Bitcoin, we'll hold on to it for you. If you want to sell your Bitcoin, just call up your bank and say, hey man, I'd like to sell a Bitcoin to have my account. It's massive, massive adoption happening. Again, big picture stuff, right? It's trickling in all the time, and it's easy to lose sight of all these stories and the massive importance of these stories. Any one of these stories, like a couple years ago, we would go, oh my God, this is the biggest thing ever. Now it's like you get multiple stories like this a week, and everyone's like, oh, okay, whatever, I guess crypto's doing something. This is insanity, what is going on right now in the crypto industry. We have the CEO of Airbnb came out this week. He said, crypto payments, top user request for 2022, and that they're looking at it. All these big tech companies, they're going to start letting you pay for stuff in crypto. Tesla is going to come back on board with Bitcoin for cars. They re-enabled Bitcoin and I think Dogecoin for buying Tesla merch, but what was one for the cars, right? Airbnb, they're going to bring in crypto. AMC movies, you can pay with a wide range of cryptocurrencies now. Lots of other services have come on board over the last few months offering cryptocurrency payments because crypto is becoming more and more ubiquitous, more and more of an everyday part of our lives. So of course these companies are going to keep offering it. It's all part of building the big picture of massive adoption. Then of course we have country level adoption. El Salvador issuing out Bitcoin bonds to build their Bitcoin city and of course to buy up a whole truckload of Bitcoin, which will probably be a massively smart play if you fast forward down the track to 2030 where we have 3.4 billion more people coming into the market, where we have a market cap over $100 trillion. Maybe we get up to Raoul Pal's mega bull target of $250 trillion. Those Bitcoin purchases that El Salvador is making right now, giga level smart stuff right here. And then of course we have celebrity culture just infiltrating crypto in all kinds of interesting ways. Eminem this week bought a Bored Ape for $450,000. He is just one of many who have hopped on to the crypto train, particularly with NFTs. NFTs, I'm telling you, it's the big red pill moment for a lot of regular people getting into these markets. So very, very cool stuff that we see going on here. And the final thing. So this is, before we get to the final part, I just want to reiterate here. What most investors are doing wrong, psychologically, they're screwing it up because they're going the exact opposite direction they should be. They're also failing to understand what they're investing, and they're not seeing the big picture of cryptocurrencies. They are not understanding the adoption that's happening. They're not understanding the potential of the asset class, zooming out, right? Everyone's trying to get rich overnight, and that's just not what happens in crypto. Oh, sure, every once in a blue moon, somebody basically gets a lottery ticket like crypto purchase, and they put $1,000 into something, tomorrow's worth $1 million. It almost never happens. The real gains come 99.99% of the time from busting your butt, researching, taking your time, doing your own research, investing early when everybody says you're an idiot for investing in that coin, and then it goes up. And then everybody wants to buy it at the top. You worked against the herd. You thought for yourself and took the risks. And that is rewarded in crypto. And one final thought, which is why most people get screwed up in this market. And you might think this is counter to part of my message that I was just saying about think long-term, 2030, everything's going to be crazy. You're going to have trillions and trillions of dollars market cap, et cetera, et cetera. But you need to take profits along the way. You do. You do. Look, and I'm not saying that you have to take profits for everything. I'm not saying you have to 100% exit your positions, right? By all means, keep a moon bag. I usually keep moon bags. Some cryptos I will get big gains on. I'll say, thank you very much. Peace out. And that's fine. Some cryptos I will take profits on when they 10x and say take some more profits when they 20x, and then I'll keep moon bag. And then, you know, maybe I'll transfer it into something else. That's fine. It's fine. You can take profits and you don't need to sell everything. You can keep a moon bag. Now, there are some cryptos, though. I'm talking about speculative altcoins here. You guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys have large percentages of your total net worth locked up in JPEGs, dog coins, other crazy stuff that you've been buying. Like, you got to think about that. Like, if you're up 100x on some dog coins, like, maybe you should take a little bit of profits. You know, just something to think about, right? Because the reality is that most people hand their gains back to the market. Look at the history of altcoins. You have to understand this about altcoins. These are startups. In the traditional world, like 90% of startups fail. In crypto, the number is probably about the same or maybe even slightly higher. So we're talking like 9 out of 10 of the altcoins that you see in, like, let's say the top 1,000, top 500, top 100 even, 5 years from now, they're not going to be there. There's a very, very high failure rate. And look, the ones that go on to succeed, your chain links and your polygons and stuff like that, they're going to succeed massively. Some of those, of course, are already up massively. But you guys know there's these speculative altcoins, and when you've got these massive gains, you at least got to take some money off the table. If you think it's going to be the next big thing and it's going to be really massive, sure, let your moon bag run. But don't be afraid to take your capital out. Don't be afraid to take some profits. And look, if you ever say you're going to take profits, you're going to be attacked online, right? So just take your profits and chill, you know? Because anytime I say I took some profits on this, oh, you're an idiot, Lark, why would you do that? Blah, 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 blah. You'll be attacked by the community, right? So you need to think for yourself. Again, think for yourself. It's one of the key things to get across here. It's your money. It's your portfolio. It's your chance for intergenerational financial freedom for you and your family. Don't screw it up because somebody somewhere said, well, I'm not going to sell my bags because I'm going to hold forever. And they hold to zero. Secure profits. And that doesn't mean selling everything, but you need to secure profits. Now, there are some cryptocurrencies you might just want to hold for a very, very long time. I personally don't take profits on Bitcoin. I take profits into Bitcoin. So when I sell some of these speculative altcoin positions, I buy Bitcoin with it. Buy some Ethereum. A couple other things from time to time, but for the most part, I push my high-risk money from the speculative altcoins into low-risk money into Bitcoin and a few other top coins. So you can do that as well. You don't, of course, also have to put all your money back in the bank account. You can actually take profits into stable coins, which is also something that I do quite frequently. So I take my profits, I put them into stable coins, and then I go farm more coins to make more money. Or I lend those stable coins out to get great rates. Passive income, it's awesome. And look, I just want to say this. This is something I shared in the newsletter the other day, by the way. This take profit reminder. I'm not saying, though, that it's the perfect time to take profits right now. The market's down. Ideally, you want to wait and take profits when the market's pumping again. This is just the reality that most people don't. Most people, when the market's pumping, they're not taking profits, they're not selling, they're buying, which is the exact opposite way to do it. When the market pumps, remember this for the next market pump, because there will be another market pump. Trust me, there will be another market pump. When the next market pump comes, just sit there and look at your portfolio and think, am I overexposed on some of this stuff? Is there something here that maybe I could just shave a bit off of? Take a little bit of profits out on, put it into Bitcoin, or, you know, put it into stable coins, do some farming, create some passive income for myself. Because the reality is that greed, again, we're talking about psychology, greed will screw you up so bad when you're sitting on a big amount of unrealized paper gains, and that greed screws your brain up and you get into a situation of inaction, you never click the sell button, and then most people hand it all back to the market. You don't need to perfectly time the top. This is something you need to realize. You don't need to perfectly time the top. Some traders will perfectly time the tops and the bottoms. Great for them. Most people, 99% of people, will not perfectly time the tops and bottoms. But you can catch the meat of the move, right? You can catch the majority of that move. So if you got into something that's up 100x and you're holding your entire bag going, you know, it's going to go 200x. I'm going to double my money again. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Maybe you should just think about, well, maybe I can just take some money off the table here and I can still hold on to a big moon bag because I think it will go up. But if I'm wrong, I have secured my financial freedom. Most people don't do that, which is why most people end up losing in this market. Anyway, just some thoughts for you while the market's down. I know a lot of people are questioning, why the heck did I buy cryptocurrencies? This stuff is crazy, man. Yes, volatility is the price that you pay for performance with crypto. Get used to it. It's a volatile asset class, but zoom out, understand the big picture, and you're gonna be okay. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. Your question: what is the one piece of advice you would give to somebody new to crypto? Let us all know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.